Hello, everybody. So today I want to share a cool story with you guys. This is when science became real for me. And I've actually been thinking about it all day long, and I'm excited to share it with you. So on my Facebook, you'll have to check it out. I posted about normal lymphocytes. And this week I've kind of been going over white blood cells and all the different ones. And so today I'm focusing on lymphocytes. And lymphocytes have a special place in my heart because there's emotional attachment there. My dad's lymphocytes actually failed him, and we almost lost him. And so thanks to modern medicine and my Aunt Cindy as a donor and my dad's amazing attitude, we still have my dad today. So I want to share a little bit. So when I was in school, we came upon the section of leukemias, and I was on the edge of my seat because I had had words that were common in my household ever since the year 2000 when my dad first got a lump in his neck checked out. So these words were chronic lymphocytic leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and B cells, T cells. All these words were normal in the household. So my dad, originally in 2000, he felt a lump on his neck and he went into the doctor and they did a biopsy, and that's how he got diagnosed. I think he was around 45 years old, which is actually pretty young for chronic lymphocytic leukemias. And so anyway, so he, after getting diagnosed, he was able to have an amazing doctor, and they did what's called a stem cell transplant. And we were so lucky because my aunt was a perfect donor. She was a non-childbearing female, and she donated her stem cells. So they did a transfusion. They pulled the blood out of her, pulled the stem cells out of her blood, and put that into my dad. And they, I guess it's less invasive than a bone marrow transplant. But so to make a long story shorter, so that was successful for him. And so now really my aunt's blood cells are in his bone marrow and in his blood. And so that's why he was able to go into remission. So after he was in remission, I went off to college and I decided to do medical lab science. And he was the best dad ever because in school, they teach us how to draw blood, even though it's one of the smaller things that we have to do. And so he came in and I drew his blood, and I was actually pretty nervous because I wanted to make a blood smear and look at it under the microscope and find out if, his cells look textbook normal. And so he let me draw his blood, and he actually has good veins, and he was a super good sport. And I was able to draw his blood, make a blood smear. And then I remember looking at his cells and thinking, I am so happy right now because these are textbook normal. And I remember feeling this relief because I was able to see it for myself in a microscope. And that was such a cool moment. And it definitely made me excited to learn more. So let me show you what his cells looked like before he got his stem cell transplant when he was still in full-fledged leukemia. So I have my textbook here, and I'm going to show you what the picture looks like. So I don't really know what you're seeing, but okay, so here are some chronic lymphocytic leukemia lymphocytes. And if you notice, so there's like a light purple ring and then a very dark purple center. And the dark purple center is the nucleus. And if you notice, there's kind of some clumping going on in the nucleus. They call that turtleback cells. And so I have seen quite a few of those cells in the microscope from patients that come through our clinic. I was at a party with Christopher for Chile's Independence Day, and one of the people that were there, we were talking about, what are you doing in school? And he asked me about what I do, and he asked, now, I know this might be kind of a weird question, but what is kind of the craziest thing you've ever seen? And so I was able to tell them, like, I look under the microscope and I see what people's blood looks like when they have leukemia. And it is crazy to connect these cells that are not connected to a person and try to internalize that and realize like this is someone's life. This is their reality right now. And I think that I've been blessed to have my dad go through that experience, because then I can kind of connect a name and a face and a life with these cells that I'm seeing under the microscope. So yeah, make sure you check out that post on normal lymphs, so you can see what normal lymphs look like. And I would actually recommend, I don't know, posts below, like when's the last time that you went in to the doctor and got your CBC done to look at your blood? My dad said that he really thinks people should go in every year. I don't know what insurance will pay for, but that's definitely a great screen to screen leukemias. And then I had another question for you all, but anyway, thank you so much for listening, and it's been really fun, and I'm excited to do more of these in the future, and if you have any requests, post below. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh wait, it's not a voicemail, sorry.